Hey guys, welcome back. Got a couple of new things to talk about today that I picked up from All About Vapor. We're going to start by talking about the new Stardust Clearomizer. It's gone by a couple of different names. I've seen it out there as the Ego Vision Atomizer or Clearomizer, and it's by this point you've probably seen a couple of reviews on it or seen these around at a couple of different websites or shops. And it is basically the new version of the Clearomizer that works really, really well. It is the kind that has the screw-off drip tip that you just pour your the juice directly into the top, and holds about a little over 1.5 mils of juice. These are rated as low res. They're supposed to be between 2.1 to about 2.3 ohms resistance on them, and on the Ego have been working really, really well for me. I've had no issue with any kind of lack of flavor coming through. The vapor production on it is really, really good. I've been really quite surprised with how well these work even on the Ego battery. Let me take a quick vape real quick and show you what kind of vapor production they're getting off of the Ego. Really good vapor production. The flavor comes across very nicely on it. With the screw down drip tip, I've had no issues with leaking. I've had these in my pocket at work, carrying them around. Has worked really well and holds just enough juice that it gets me through the day when I carry it with me, so where I don't have to carry any other juice or anything with me. The juice that I have in it is the other thing we're going to talk about, which is Purple Punch, which apparently Courtney has had around for quite a while and has been a really popular juice with her, and for some reason I've not gotten around to trying it. Last time I was in and I picked up the atomizers, the Clearomizers, the Stardusts. One of the girls in there was vaping on it, and I was like, "Hey, what's that?" And she was like, "It's Purple Punch." And I'm like, well, "What's Purple Punch?" And so I tried it out, and I was like, "Man, that's really good stuff. How come I've not heard about this before?" And Courtney was like, "I don't know." Apparently, she's had it around for quite a while, and for some reason, I've just never gotten around to trying it. Ever since I tried it at her shop, I've been vaping it like a madman. It's really, really good. It's kind of a fruity, grapey type of vape. Um, Somewhere between grape Kool-Aid and like a grape Jolly Rancher. And I would say it lends more towards the grape Kool-Aid because it's not as sweet as what a Jolly Rancher is, but it has that nice grapey taste to it like the Jolly Rancher. And I got it at about a 60-40 PG-VG blend. It's at 16 milligram, I believe. Has a really nice throat hit. Just enough to where you get that kind of rough tingle in the back of your throat, but not quite harsh. It's a very, very nice balance as far as the throat hit, which is really kind of hard for me to find because it seems like everything that I've tried lately has either had no throat hit at all or has been a harsh juice, and I've had trouble finding my happy place lately, not so much on flavor, but specifically on throat hit. And this is just perfect. It's got really bold flavors on it, and it's got that nice, well-balanced throat hit that I've been looking for. On the Stardust, it has been working really, really well. Again, I've had no issues with feeding or flavor loss from using it. So the 60-40 PG-VG blend, I'm assuming, is just right for how these things like to feed, which of course they have the wicking up at the top. And I know I've seen some videos where everybody said, well, every once in a while you've got to kind of tilt it upside down. I've not had that issue with mine. And again, I've had no leaking. It looks very nice. It looks like it was made for the Ego. Well, of course it was made for the Ego, but I mean, it doesn't look like one of those things that somebody just slapped on with Ego threads and looks kind of unusual like your typical tank. I've really been enjoying this. It's kind of, reawakened me to my Ego. I did get a little lanyard, which I've been carrying around on the lanyard with me at work. My wife thinks I look like a dork. I love having it hanging on my lanyard, which I got from All About Vapor as well. So the Stardusts run $8.95 on her website, which seems to be a really good price to me. The low-res e-cig atomizers run about the same price. The difference is obviously, other than how well they work versus an e-cig atomizer, even the low-res, there's no tanks to have to fiddle with, filling up just a tiny bit. And having to take your juice with you anyways. With this, it just kind of combines everything together. I don't have to take any juice with me if I'm just going to be going to work, and again, it works really, really well. Now, I do have another one of these that I put on my Denali, and I just simply used a 510 to 510 adapter so that I had enough height to be able to screw down the Stardust on it. Of course, you can use a 510 to Ego adapter on it as well, and it works really well. I've been rocking it on the Denali at about 4.2 volts. As you can see, tons of vapor on at 4.2. I don't know that I would rock it any higher than that. You certainly could at 2.1 to 2.3 ohms. You could, I'm sure, easily take it up to 5 volts, but that seems to be the happy place for me with this particular juice, which is Native Soul, also from All About Vapor. Working really well. Everything that I've put it on the Buzz, I've put it on the Denali, I've rocked it on the Ego. I haven't found a device that it hasn't worked well on. For $8.95, for what it is, honestly, it works just like a mini tank, except for no cartomizer filling or anything to have to deal with. So in my opinion, the flavor comes out much nicer on the Stardust than it does on a tank. So it's kind of a mini tank. For $8.95, I don't think you can really go wrong. Get over to All About Vapor. I'll put a link down in the description so you can get over to her vapor shop online. Get you a Stardust, get you a couple of Stardust, pick you up some Purple Punch. You can't go wrong. Really good stuff. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, keep vaping.